you. Hey y'all, we are here to thank our sexy world travelers. They're the folks who went to bullwithabutthole.com and signed up to support the podcast. Big thanks to Billy and Larissa with cruisehabit.com. Tess, Galen, Smitty, Angel Bree, Chris, and Michael. If you want to support the podcast and have your name read out like these sexy world travelers, then go to bullwithabutthole.com and sign up to support the podcast. You can join for as low as $1 a month. A little support goes a long way. Thank you. And as always, safe travels.
What kind of weirdo digital nomads from cruise ships? Well, when I'm not being hypnotized by Judgmentalist or serenaded with custom parodies by Big Sexy, I'm thinking about, talking about, and writing about cruising. Check out ship tours, cruise tips, and even join us on a group cruise by visiting cruisehabit.com/BSDN. Come talk ship with us. Again, that's cruisehabit.com/BSDN. Thanks for listening. Safe travels.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever this is in your ear holes, I hope that it's good. I may have just stumbled upon a new introduction since Judgmentalist isn't here to do his usual bit. Now I feel weird doing it. So now I think I'll play the ad where that part went, and that'll be the new introduction. Look at me go. Welcome everybody, Big Sexy Digital Nomad. I'm your host, Big Sexy. I hope you guys are enjoying this journey with me as I travel the world and document my journey and introduce you to some of the amazing people I'm meeting along the way. I'm hoping to start that up again very soon. It's getting difficult to nail people down to do an interview. I got about 6 feelers out. Everybody's hemming and hawing. But I'm going to get something soon, trust me. I haven't been as diligent with it, because obviously I've been focusing on other things. Oops, hang on a second. For the video, I'm forgetting the light. There we go. Now the people watching the video can see me better. So welcome, travel update. The plan is still Thailand. We do have to make a run back to the U.S. prior to moving back in November. We're thinking that we're going to go at the end of October or mid-October, and we're both going to go take a bunch of stuff with us, and then I'll stay there. And Nilla will come back and get the rest of the stuff, and then come back by herself. That way I have care there. And without the one by me being here in Mexico by myself for days and days, which I can imagine will be very difficult to navigate. Hopefully by then I'm a little better physically, but I've reached a point when I'm kind of worried that I'm not going to be. I know I've made a lot of progress since this whole thing has started. Just the fact that I'm able to do the podcast is proof of that. However, there hasn't been much movement in the way of my arm returning or standing being easier. My voice isn't really back more. I still get tight in my chest and torso. Oh wait, this is a health update. Hang on.
It's time for a big sexy recovery health update.
So all that stuff I just said. Plus, we're getting back to physical therapy on Friday. And I'm excited to get back to working with Yele. I haven't been doing as much work as I should have the past couple of weeks because of the hyperbaric oxygen treatment. So I'm looking forward to getting back to that. This is a very weird phenomenon. As I'm talking and doing the podcast, I think because I'm using my diaphragm and stuff to speak, my chest, shoulder, arm, and side really get very tight and exhausted. And starts making talking more difficult. That's why I keep these short. But I'm looking forward to the physical therapy and hopefully figuring out how to strengthen my body, loosen up these tight muscles, and get back to feeling somewhat normal. We'll see. You know, I noticed something. If you watch the video, I tend to look around the room as I record this instead of locking eyes with the camera. I don't know why. I'm a trained actor. I should be able to hold the camera's gaze. As I think about things, my mind starts to wander and I look around and notice stuff. And then I come back to the camera. Just a little behind the scenes information for you. A little view of what's going on behind the scenes. Oh, I want to say a shout out to two people. One is my brother-in-law, Ben, and the other is my friend Giada, her mother. Both are going through cancer treatment, and I want to send healing vibes across the airwaves. So if you would mind, take a moment and just, if you pray, say a prayer. If you don't, just send healing vibe out to Ben and Giada's mom. Sorry, Giada's mom, I don't know your name. I just know you're Giada's mom. But sending love to them, hoping for recovery and health, and as pain-free as possible. I met quite a few new people. Last night, I went and played spades with my friend Kia and met some new folks, and finally met some folks who heard about me, and then we met some other people, which is always cool because Playa is so small. I mean, this is how small it is. I met this woman named Isna, and it turns out her and I went to the exact same high school, shout out Eisenhower, in the same year. Now, I left Eisenhower after the 10th grade, moved to Fontana, and graduated before I. But she graduated we both graduated in '89, which means we were there in the same year. That's amazing. I met her at Toastmasters, and we got to talking. And people say, "Where you from originally?" And I say, "Well, I'm born and raised in California." And she goes, "Oh, I spent some time in California." I said, "Oh, what part?" And she said, "Rialto." And I stopped dead in my tracks because nobody ever says Rialto. Why would they? Unless they really were there. And so I said, "Get out of here." She goes, "What?" I said, "Rialto, born and raised." She goes, "No, you're lying." So I started naming streets like you do to prove it from the neighborhood. So I told her where I was from. She told me what part she lived in. We compared elementary schools, middle school, high school, reminisced about teachers. It was amazing. And then she came to Bajan, we chatted more. And then I didn't know it, but she was also a Spades. It's a pleasant surprise. Her and I are connected. Every now and then you connect with people and you start to see them everywhere, which makes me happy when it's a cool person. Isna's a cool person. Shout out to Isna. So stay tuned about my travel arrangements. You know how I know how we do. It's a work in progress. Not sure what the plan will be. Won't know until we book a flight. But that's what the wife's working on now. I'm really looking forward to our Hawaii cruise. That's coming up in November. I'm really excited about that. And I don't know if you've been catching, I've been dropping we started the Big Confidence Coaching Podcast. That's Daily Figure Confidence. If you're into that, take a listen and let me know your thoughts. Okay, before I do the next segment, let me pull it up on my phone so I don't forget. Y'all know what it is. If you don't, I'll remind you.
Daily Passport. It's the Daily Passport. This segment is the Daily Passport. Take it away, Big Sexy.
Welcome to the Daily Passport. All right, here's today's Daily Passport. 7 of the biggest myths, 7 of the biggest travel myths debunked. Number 1, you need a lot of time to travel. That's not true. People think you need to take all this so much time to travel. You really don't. You could go somewhere over the weekend and see the world and have an amazing experience. Depending on where you are, you could pop over to Canada or Mexico or just another state if you're in the US. If you're in Europe, pop over to another country. If you're in Africa, pop over to another country as possible. But travel, you don't need a whole lot of time to do it. You should avoid the popular places. Some people dismiss famous destinations as too touristy, but they're touristy for a reason. They're amazing when you go and they're really sights to see. So while there may be crowds, be a part of the crowd. Have that experience. You gotta remember, as they know their popular destination, most of those popular places are equipped to handle the traffic. So you don't have to worry about it. Next, traveling alone is too dangerous. I can't tell you how many solo travelers I've met on my journey. I mean, I could, but I don't feel like counting. There's a lot. And I'm always amazed at solo travelers, but it's not too dangerous because everywhere you go, there's community. And all you gotta do is become a part of a community and you'll be taken care of. I mean, you need to see and do everything. You can't. As simple as that. You can't see and do everything. That's why return trips are so amazing. I mean, I've been to Malaga 3 separate times. I still haven't done everything I want to do there. Guided tours are for inexperienced travelers. Guided tours are smart. You don't know the area. You've never been there before. Or maybe been there a couple times, but you never been there. So get a tour with someone who knows the area. That's just smart. You don't have to be inexperienced. You can be the most experienced traveler. But if you go to a new spot, you want to be shown around by somebody who knows it. You need a different outfit every day. Now, you can make to match outfits. And most places have laundry service. And you can wash your clothes. So if you're going for a week, you can get it with 4 clothing. One thing to wear while washing the other 3. And then make to match so your style looks different if you're into that. But you don't have to. Go far or go home. That's dumb. You don't have to go far to travel. When I lived in California, it was a trip to stay in California and go to, San Francisco. Or even out to Los Angeles was a trip. Took an hour and a half to get there. That's a trip in my book. You don't have to go far to travel. All you have to do is leave home and go somewhere and enjoy being there. All right, I hope you enjoyed those myths. Let me know in the comments if you hold or held any of those myths and what your thoughts are. Maybe I'm busted. Well, I thank you all for listening and tuning in. I appreciate all of you. And be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. I don't have any other big things coming up. And I'm hoping to get Judgmentals back on here soon. Fingers and toes and commandos. But in the meantime, safe travels.